Hi everyone, this is the Sera. This is the 10th day. It's also called Vijayadashami. I'm recording this sort of on the evening of Vijayadashami. Vijayadashami means it's the 10th day and it's the victorious 10th day. So, as I said, mentioned in my video yesterday, this is the day when we celebrate the victory of ignorance. Sorry, the victory of knowledge over ignorance, right? So the myth has been about how we overcome inertia, we act, we use knowledge to overcome ignorance. And as a result, we attain enlightenment. There are a few things I wanted to emphasize here. One is what we started with, which is where is the Kali within you, which I think is the most one of the most significant questions to ask, to essentially to realize that all of these goddesses that are depicted in the myth are versions of you. And so it's important to constantly ask the question, where is the Kali within me? Where is the Mahalakshmi within me? Where is the Mahasaraswati within me? Because they are all represented within you. And then what your ultimate goal is to be acting from the knowledge that you have the power that they have, rather than from a sense of being not worthy and not deserving and not powerful. That's the first message. The second important message, I think, is that all of these demons and things that we see in the myth. So, for example, Mahishasura, who is depicted as this arrogant, blind idiot who is not, even when he should have gotten a clue, because when the Devi came into being and she rings her bell, the bell sounds, you could hear the sound of the bell throughout all the three worlds. And so there was a hint there that this was no ordinary person, but he chose to ignore that. He chose to be blinded to the truth. And so the idea is that we ought to be aware of where we are blinded to the truth. I don't believe that there is a purpose in these myths if we don't see how they apply to our lives, right? So if we are constantly seeing that there is a God that is outside of us, and the only way we can succeed in life is if that particular God outside of us shows us mercy, then we have no power. But the message of all of these myths is that the power is within you, right? And so Jesus says that the kingdom of God is within you. It's all inside. It's all a question of peeling away these layers of feeling that you don't have anything, that you are just an insignificant, non-important part of this world, and that you have nothing to contribute. And realizing the power that you have and the change that you can make both within yourself, in your life, and in the world. That is the ultimate message of these myths. And then we come to the final message, which was that there is nothing in the world that is not divine. That everything that you experience, every emotion that you experience, every experience in your life is a result of divinity, and that your job is to realize that and to welcome it all into you. And that's when you get to celebrate this integration, this this day when you realize that you have the power, that you are divine, and that you have, as a result of that, overcome the ignorance which tells you that you are a non-entity. The last thing I wanted to say was that this is an ongoing thing, right? So it's not like that's also depicted in the myths. So there is the battle with Madhu and Kaitava, which is the first myth. Then there's a battle with Mahishasura, and then there's the numerous battles with all of the demons that Shumba and Nishumba send, and then there is a battle with Shumba and Nishumba, and this is an ongoing theme in Hindu myths. There is always the demons arise, the negativity arises. You have to fight it. You have to again regain your power, and knowledge overcomes ignorance, and it is a constant cycle. So I like to say that, and it's not just me. There are people much wiser and than me who have said this, but enlightenment is a moment-to-moment thing, right? And so that's what this cyclicity is telling you, that it's not like Abraham Hicks likes to say, it's not a college degree that you get and you pocket and then you're done. No, the work that you have to do to keep yourself in the realm of knowledge rather than ignorance is constant, and it is the amount of time you might need to move from knowledge to ignorance might be shorter as you go on, but it's not work that ever ends. Another analogy that is useful in that sense is that the spiritual journey is like a spiral staircase, and so every time you might feel that you're going through the same things and that you're trying to work through the same BS again and again and again, but every time you work through it, you raise yourself to a higher level of awareness, and so there is a difference in the aspect from which you are looking. So there is a difference, in a sense, in the degree of ignorance from which you are viewing the situation. So remember that. Don't be disheartened if you feel that I thought I had worked through this, but here it is coming up again. It will come up again. It's giving you another opportunity to regain your power and to stand up in your power and proclaim your divinity. That's the message for today. That there is. It's part of the joy as well. If we get to a place where we no longer have to strive to be better, if we just get to a place and we're good and there's nothing more to strive for, life would become really boring. There will be no forward movement of the individual or humanity as a whole. So there will always be work to be done, but it will be from different levels of understanding. So leaving you with that, once again, there is an opportunity to sign up for the group meditation courses that I teach. I'm also I can also do one-on-one coaching. But the bottom line of my coaching and my meditation courses is that where we're trying to get to is to a space where we are fully accepting of ourselves. So we are not pushing away our anger, we are not pushing away our hatred, we are not pushing away our jealousy, we are not pushing away our shame or guilt. We are learning to recognize and accept them see where they reside in our bodies and bring them all in. And the hope and the promise of that is that when you learn to do that for yourself, you also learn to do it for the person in front of you that you're interacting with, and that changes relationships, that changes your relationship to yourself, it changes your relationship to everyone else in the world, and it changes your relationships to situations, so your work situation, your situation, your financial situation, your parental situation, everything. So it affects everything. So if you feel called to do that, write to me. The email is in the comment section in this YouTube video. For those of you who will get this via email, you can just hit reply to the email and get in touch with me. There'll also be a link to a scheduler where you can schedule a 60-minute free call with me to see if this is something that'll work for you. Just want to leave you with the thought that remember that you are an expression of the divine. Remember the power that you have by virtue of that. And I do intend to continue these videos. What I've been guided to do is to begin to talk about the 1,000 names of the goddess, and they may not be every day. They'll probably be once a week, because I want to give myself time to absorb the message that needs to come to you. But expect at least a video a week from me going forward. God bless you all. I hope you have all enjoyed this video series. If you have been moved by it, please feel free to share it and spread the word. I would really, really appreciate that. I do believe that these messages are important and will help those who listen to them. God bless.